We can continue this all day. I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today. Today.
Well, and let's go ahead and proceed because it's not going to be dismissed today.
Today, we have a sovereign citizen facing off against a judge, and things take a wild turn. In a shocking move, he actually threatens the judge to his face, an idea that was never going to end well. What happens next is unbelievable. This case is about to get intense, so let's see how it all unfolds.
And for the record, my name is Grayson Bay.
All right, City of Detroit versus Javar, Grayson Bay. Your offer, sir, is a $240 fine, failure to display, and a seatbelt ticket. You pay those, we'll close the other matters out. That will abstract to the Secretary of State. And then the seatbelt ticket is $65. So $240, $65. We'll close the matters. We'll close the matters out. That'll be a failure to display. It will abstract, but it won't carry any points. And today is the date and time set for a trial.
This guy really thinks he has to give consent to be prosecuted. Like, bro, this isn't a group project. You don't get to opt out. The audacity is unreal. Walking into court like, nah, I don't agree to this, as if that's going to work. If I were the judge, I'd hit him with contempt so fast he'd be rethinking all his life choices from a holding cell.
So that you can you go in? Okay, there. I just gave you your offer so you could,
I'm not accepting that. I won't accept that offer.
Mr. Corporal Ambrose, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Corporal Brian Ambrose. Detroit Police Department, Badge 415.
Good morning to you. Okay, let's go. Are you ready to proceed, Corporal Ambrose?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I would object to holding this trial. I believe he stated that he's a different person. We have a ticket for a Mr. Javar Grayson. Grayson Bay is an entirely different person. We don't have jurisdiction over. We don't have a case over. I would object to holding that trial.
I'm going to deny the objection. He just said he's Grayson Bay. He just I don't think he's objecting to the
I
fact
object to that, Your Honor. I'm objecting, and I also questioning jurisdiction.
Imagine walking into court with this level of confidence, only to get laughed at and take the biggest L of your life. Bro really thought he had a game-winning argument, only for the judge to hit him with the legal version of sit down. And to top it off, he's out here trying to challenge the court's jurisdiction. Like my guy, if there was no jurisdiction, why did you even show up? You had a whole morning to rethink this, and yet here you are, standing in front of the judge, ready to lose in 4K.
Well, I'm denying your motion about jurisdiction, sir. The court has jurisdiction over you, so let's. Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Grayson Bay?
No, I'm not. I object to anything that you call yourself doing. Also, I like to add that I sent this Brian and brochure. I sent him a COL. It's a cut-off law form. I warned him about this situation. This process is also in Wayne County. He's being sued. We can continue this all day. I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today.
The audacity of these sovereign citizens never fails to amaze me. They walk into court like they're the main character in a movie no one asked for, acting as if the law simply doesn't apply to them. But telling a judge to dismiss your case or else you'll sue him. That's next-level delusion. That's not a power move. It's just straight-up illegal. At this point, he's basically begging for contempt charges.
I will see Brian Ambrosius in 3 weeks in Wayne County.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and proceed because it's not going to be dismissed today. Okay.
Well,
so you can do what you want to do over in circuit court. then have your way. That is your right. I don't know
Thank
how you're proceeding in circuit court when you feel that this court doesn't even have jurisdiction over you. So let's go ahead and proceed. Corporal Ambrose, you want to speak with them before we proceed, Ms. Snyder?
Yes, Your Honor, and I do think we just need to clear up on the record that Your Honor has denied my motion to not have this matter heard today based on this defendant saying he is not the defendant before us. And also that defendant has agreed that he is not the defendant before us, but Your Honor is telling us to still do this trial. I need to make sure that's clear on the record.
Yeah, I don't think that he's denying that he's not Javar Grayson Bay. Are you denying that you're not Javar Grayson Bay, sir?
I am the living person, Grayson Bay.
This judge seriously needs to step up and hit this clown with contempt because he's turning the courtroom into a comedy club. He's openly mocking the court and disrespecting the judge to his face, yet somehow still standing there like he runs the place. I have no idea why the judge hasn't shut this down already, because this dude is begging for a one-way ticket to a holding cell.
Grayson is an artificial.
However he wants to articulate it, we'll let him articulate that. He's Grayson Bay. He's Javar Grayson Bay. His mom gave him that name. I don't think that's any dispute. Okay, so
that name has a social security card attached to it. It also has
I think it's going to be pretty quick, Ms. Snyder. I'll put you in a breakout room with Corporal Ambrose and put it that way. It is just an expired plate, a seatbelt ticket, no proof of insurance. What is this other thing? Refuse to exhibit license and a false information ID. So just join the breakout room, have a conversation with Corporal Ambrose, and then we'll just hear it. And if he has a right to remain silent, he says he doesn't want to be represented by a lawyer, and you can just put your case on the record, and I'll have to make a decision based on that.
So far, this case has been pretty normal. Well, as normal as it can be with a sovereign citizen involved. But now, things are about to heat up as the prosecutor and Judge Perkins go head-to-head, and I am so here for it. The prosecutor is done with this dude's nonsense and wants a warrant since he won't even represent himself properly. But Judge Perkins, he's like, nope, we're moving forward because he's not wasting another dime of taxpayer money on this clown. Honestly, I respect the judge for that. Why spend extra cash on someone treating the law like a suggestion? Grab your popcorn, because this is about to get good.
My supervisor has advised me to file an interlocutory appeal, Your Honor.
An interlocutory appeal on my motion, on your motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Or I suppose time to brief the issue, maybe on this record, or I'd leave in Your Honor's discretion.
Let's see does that interlocutory appeal, if that is,
I'm sorry, Your Honor, are we back on the record for Grayson?
Yeah, let's go back on the record with Mr. Javar Grayson Bay. Now, there's that interlocutory appeal. I mean, I have to proceed. I mean, I got the discretion of whether I want to allow you to do that or not, or just proceed, and you can file your appeal. Correct? Give me the law on that. You're muted, Miss. Snyder.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. My supervisor is talking to me over the wall, so it's hard to hear two people at once.
Okay.
The court rule is, I think she might be coming back. It's MCR 7.205.
205, application for leave to appeal, and you said what was the citation? What were the other?
7.212, but that's just saying the format for briefs.
I have 7.205 is application for leave to appeal, appeals to circuit court. 7.105. If the order appealed is interlocutory, setting forth facts showing how the appellant would suffer substantial harm by awaiting final judgment before taking an appeal.
We believe that the substantial harm that the people would suffer would be the defendant has already stated he's filing numerous lawsuits against the court, against the parties, against the officer. We believe we'd be giving him a golden parachute. It's just one more issue to add to his level of appeals. This is one issue that needs to be clarified. Of course, he will be found, I believe, through fingerprints to be either the person given that ticket or Javar Grayson, the person given the ticket, will be given a capias warrant and we can move on. But I do believe that this issue needs to be handled before we make a further record. I have a duty to mitigate the city's damages. And I believe that's what we're doing and what I was advised to do by my supervisor.
But how would the city be harmed at all if we proceed?
Let me know what you guys think because, honestly, both sides have a point. The judge argues that everyone already knows who the sovereign citizen is, even though he refuses to go by his legal name in court. That's literally why he showed up in the first place. But the prosecutor insists they still need solid proof of his identity, because, without it, the case could get appealed, forcing them to deal with this nonsense all over again. Imagine going through this whole ordeal just to redo it, because they skipped the most basic step. At this point, I don't know whether to laugh or shake my head.
Ambrose says that to you and through you, that this is not, I don't recognize this person that's here, and was this not the person that, or even if there was, I would even allow Mr. Grayson Bay to put on a identity defense and say that wasn't me. He did that wasn't the defense. I don't know what his defense is going to be.
Your Honor, may I?
No, you can't. No, you can't. No. When I ask you to, when I want you to speak,
No
I'll allow
problem.
you to speak. I'm going to give you that opportunity.
No problem.
So, to settle this matter about your objection, it's like if the court rules bound me not to proceed because you wanted an interlocutory appeal, then that would be the court rules would bind me to do so. But I don't know of a court rule that's going to bind me not to appeal. And I just don't see in what harm it will be to any other parties, the defense or the city, by us proceeding in this fashion. I understand he's got cases over in circuit court. He may have cases over in federal court. I don't know. But here again, we're here. The parties are present, and I'm satisfied at least that that's the Mr. Javar Grayson Bay, that we have the right person here in court today. So I'll let you make a last minute record, Ms. Schneider.
Can I just have one? My supervisor walked away. Can I have 1 second to go talk to her?
Yes. Now you can. Well, let's see if you want to. If Mr. Grayson has anything, I'm gonna allow him an opportunity to speak so you can hear what he has to say. Go ahead, Mr. Grayson Bay.
Your Honor, I sent you a declaration of notice stating who I am and the fraud, Javar Grayson. I sent you the paperwork. This was over 3 or 4 months ago. I'm pretty sure you have plenty of time to read and understand the situation. And that, like I said, again, that is my...
Something has got to change because these sovereign citizens are causing way too many problems in court. We need judges to step up and shut this nonsense down. Honestly, it feels like Judge Perkins isn't even trying that hard.